दोस्तों, हम 32 एपिसोड्स यानी 32 एपिसोड पब्लिश कर चुके हैं। तो आप इन वीडियोस को देखते तो हैं सारे एपिसोड्स को, लेकिन बहुत सारे लोग वो हैं जिन्होंने इनको अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है। दोस्तों याद रखिए, आपके सब्सक्राइब करने से हमको और ज़्यादा शक्ति मिलती है, बल मिलता है, ताकत मिलती है, प्रेरणा मिलती है, ताकि हम इस तरीके के वीडियो और लेकर के आ सकें। तो अगर आपने इस वीडियो को पूरा देखा है तो जरूर इस वीडियो को देखने के बाद प्लीज़ शेयर कीजिए आपकी 3 ऐसी लर्निंग्स जो आपको लगता है आपके लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है। Friends, in today's episode, we have a guest, Dr. Purnima. Dr. Purnima is an author, she is a psychologist and she is a Reiki healer. We will be discussing more about the psychological changes in the society, especially in the Indian society, and the movies, the impact of these movies on the kids and the society. Topic we discuss. Now let's discuss about the problem in the relationship. Many youngsters, I see especially in the metro cities, the culture of living, the culture of intimating with each other, and these things are keep on increasing. Maybe at our time this was not this much up to this extent. Now what is the reason for this, and then how a youngster can cope up? Because now when you are into all this kind of thing, you will compromise for your career, you will compromise for your study, you will compromise for your future, and so much is done by your parents, that you are all things that you are keeping aside and you are moving towards the unnecessary, unwanted direction. Ultimately, once you become something in the life, you will definitely going to get all this. What is that hurry in terms of getting all this?
More than the hurry, I feel maybe the pressure at the house from the parents or from others also on the due to pressure they end up taking a wrong decision. Otherwise they are okay, or fear of losing, the fear of loss in the relationship again. And they feel that when they are not used to failures, when they can't see failures in relationship especially, so when they come across a failure, then they want to again, because they are seeing all these movies and they go in for drugs and they go for alternate stuff in order to release their stress, so then that goes into bad shape. And trust is not there in any relationship. That's the most important thing. Any relationship, trust is important. Trust is a missing factor. So that's why most of the relationship doesn't work. So
should they develop trust first and then go for the next step, maybe going to physical with someone,
absolutely.
Or first they should really fall into this kind of attraction towards the physique and all this, and intimate with someone and then develop trust?
No, these two are totally two different things. Attraction and being physical, that is just for your body needs you are doing. But I feel if you are going in for a long-term relationship, in that case you should know each other well. Trust is very important. So if there is no openness, like I said, if a person is not being himself, then is the challenge. Because how long can a person fake? How long can a person act as though he's a good person, or how long can a person act the way you want him to act? Artificial. Like if you want me to be like this in a structured way, in order to attract you, I can act for some time, but I am not that. Ultimately, I have to come back to my position. So in that case, it doesn't work for long term. So when they see the reality, or when they go into a saturation point, that's when they realize, no, this will not work. That time reality comes.
So in English there is a saying that I am not what I think I am. I am not what you think I am. I am what I think what you think I am.
That's a good one.
So this is what when you go to a showroom. And you get attracted towards that particular stuff because of packaging. All the gold plated, this all thing. So initially they looks like this. Once you open, the box and you go
presentation,
and then you understand, what is the truth about this. So personalities cannot be hidden for a longer period of time. Over a period of time, this will come in front, and that's where the people, most of the people they get frustrated.
Right. And when the truth comes, they are not able to accept it that time. When they see the reality, they are not able to accept it.
So what is your prescription for this? क्या करना चाहिए लोगों को इसमें? What people should, what are the precautions? Especially, I see the youngsters, there are rarely people those who can really guide them, coach them, especially on this topic, which is a very important topic.
So for me, one has to be themselves. Like, you have, nobody's perfect. Like, the other person should see your worst side also and still be okay with it. That, then okay, fine. And you should also be simultaneously, you should be able to see the plus and the minus. Focus on the plus, ignore the minus. And but you should be aware of the minus. That's more important. You should be aware of the flaws or whatever their dislikes and stuff like that. So understanding, that's a big word to be bold and underlined. That's more important because how long can a person not
fake.
be themselves? Yeah, fake.
So accept the person in the totality. When it comes to totality, what does it mean? It means that it will come with lot of drawbacks. It will come with lot of demerits. It will come with lot of bad habits also. And if you really wanted to have an ideal person, who is having only the merits in all these 1 to 10 parameters, you won't get that. Right, and that is why maybe Lord Rama is maybe the one person who was absolutely like
even
this.
he didn't accept
He
it.
didn't accept.
Sorry, he's a wrong
Absolutely.
example to be given.
Yeah.
Even he didn't accept. He gave a lot of challenges.
Yeah,
so there was
yeah.
no trust.
Yeah, so
let's not get into that.
yeah, so after that, people realize that at least someone, who is near to that perfection, and people gave a lot of example of these personalities, maybe, from all these books
The
and
thing
all.
is, people should know the reality, like in the sense, even if your compatibility, when I say compatibility, even if 60% there is a compatibility, that's a good match, I feel. 60%. It's only when you expect 100%, it's very difficult. I mean, there is no 100%. 60% compatibility is still fine.
तो इसीलिए वो गुण मिला था ना, 36 गुण मिलना चाहिए, 19 मिलना चाहिए, 20 मिलना चाहिए।
Correct. That's how they have made it. Like scientifically, that is how they have made it. So you can't expect 36 out of 36.
तो कितने मिलना चाहिए? 19 हो जाए तो चलेगा?
19 भी चलेगा.
चलेगा.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more than 50.
Okay.
Obviously.
I do not know whether does it help.
नहीं चलेगा. वो बहुत अच्छा चलेगा. Like in the sense, I've seen many people who have lived together for more than 30 years, like married life, 30 years, 40 years. As long as there is understanding and compromises are definitely there in a relationship, one should be ready to compromise.
Very important point you shared, the compromise.
Compromise.
What do you mean by compromise and how much to compromise?
There is no limit for it. So, I'm
Okay,
not
after
telling...
marriage, a boy is drinking. I came to know compromise. Boy is a chain smoker. Huge.
That is not a compromise.
Okay.
See, that is not a compromise. If he is drinking, that's why I said you have to accept him the way he is. If you can't change anybody.
Okay.
Unless he is open to change, you can't change anybody. So if he is drinking, there must be some reason for him to drink, right?
Okay.
He's getting some kind of pleasure, or his belief is that by drinking it is good for him. He feels good by drinking. His mood keeps changing.
Yeah.
It gives a good feeling. If something good happening to him, that is good for him. It might be bad for you. That is good for him. As per him, that is right. As per you, that is wrong. Correct? So I can't implement my rules and my restrictions to him.
Okay.
That is why I said accepting the person the way they are. Yes, as a friend, because you are a partner, so you can tell that person, see, you don't drink too much. Like, it's bad for your health. You can say that. But you can't force that person. No, if you want to love me, you should stop drinking. If you want to love me, you have to stop smoking. That means that person, whatever he's thinking or he's believing that these are all feel-good factors for him, you are asking him to stop one by one. That means you're not making him to lead his life the way he wants it. You want him to lead the life how you want it to be. Correct? Tomorrow he will also say, you have to wear sari only every time, or you have to wear like this only, or you should not be going out, you should not be meeting friends, you should be sitting like this, you should cook only this, you should eat only this. No, that doesn't work. So that is why I'm saying we should understand each other. Like I've seen many couples where husband is a vegetarian and wife is a non-vegetarian.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
and still they are fine. So they go out, she will eat non-veg, he will eat vegetarian, they are fine with that. They are accepting. My only problem is when you put rules. No, she's been eating non-veg, she's been enjoying non-veg from her childhood. That is her liking. So just because she is married to a vegetarian, it's not that she has to compromise. If she's compromising that, that is compromise.
Okay, you gave example of if a husband is getting pleasure in smoking or drinking or non-veg or maybe anything, but is it really good or okay to tolerate that? Because over a period of time the health is also another issue that is also deteriorating. The husband is finding pleasure in something which is very wrong. Another example, maybe I get married with that girl, I am in relationship with that girl, and I do have relationship with 2 more girls.
Okay, that is true.
So being a woman, how do you see this? What is your take on this? Because I am a person who find pleasure somewhere else much more than with maybe my partner.
So there are certain things which the wife is not able to fulfill, maybe, or there are some people, however good their wife is, still they want more. They are not okay, or they are not okay with what they have. They want more, always more. So that's when they go out to have. But if you are fine with it, then you are compromising. You are putting up with that, with whatever you are not liking. That's you're not liking. That's a compromise you're doing. But then, how long can you do it? That's again a question mark.
In medical science, we say that if a patient to subside the fever, if a patient is taking 250 milligram tablet or maybe 500 milligram tablet, next time that 500 milligram doesn't work because they need to increase the dose.
Yes.
Right.
Because the body is
absolutely. Yeah. So your body is getting acclimatized with that particular percentage or the dosage is given. So now I will not get that kick. I will not get if I do not surpass that threshold level in the medical terminology. The same thing applies here also. So the dose of happiness, dose of pleasureism, I won't get up that level if I don't cross that for the next time. And every time, you may meet with someone, every time you get together with someone or intimate someone, you wanted to meet to that particular, the pinnacle, maybe, that particular thing. What is your take on this? And people are, because of this, the hurry-burry and finding out these all kind of, the hustle, the cycle is keep on going and the issues are keep on emerging here. And these issues are really destroying the relationship, the kind of,
there's
the
no
bonding.
end to it. Like the more you want, the more it keeps on, you become greedy and greedy. There's no end to it. So that person need to realize. So somebody needs to maybe influence that person mentally, and then should make him or her realize that what they are, the way they are moving their life is not right. I mean, the path is not right. So if they are able to take it, well and good for them. If they are not accepting it, it's bad.
So what is the remedy here? What is the prescription here if things are like this?
When people are not listening and they are searching for their end, they are ending.
And there is no end.
There is no end to that. There is an end to the life, no?
Yeah. So that
it's
is
like
why,
killing yourself.
Yeah.
It's like digging your own grave. That's it.
So that is why here the picture, the concept comes here. That is called, the way of, there is something, there are different Qs are there. IQ, EQ, another one is called your SQ. That is your spiritual, social quotient and spiritual quotient. So are you really, understanding, building this wisdom in your mind that there is no end to this. There is nothing called the perfectionism in the life. There is nothing called the 100% total as per your expectation. You will never get, the people in your life as per your all the tick 1 to 10 parameter. Yes. Right.
Absolutely.
This happens only in the imaginary world. You know, when you close your eyes and you are into your own aroma and you are thinking about something and you get sleep and you get that person in the dream. Isn't it? In real life, this doesn't happen. It has zero relevance, you know. So you develop this wisdom, this mindset, this thinking that you will never ever get the kind of thing which you really wanted to have. Say for example, you know, we take tea or coffee. And what is that ideal tea or coffee? The ideal tea or coffee last time I had, which has really satisfied, you know, my need. You know, I felt that this is the best taste, you know, which I am looking for. And next time, if I don't get that particular level of, you know, the taste below that or maybe something, I will not get that kind of satisfaction. This is something like this. And life is all about accepting what is given to you.
Right.
You know, and this is what, you know, I think if you go into the deep into the thinking, it's all how you think that how you see what will happen, the thing will happen in front of you, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I wanted to add one more thing here, like you were saying about relationship, where what will happen if that person goes to another person and then another person and another person. But then only when you start living with a person, you will know the more. Like what I'm saying is, they've gone just with an attraction, one flow they've gone, like, you know, a temporary attraction. But if they leave the permanent wife, and then who's used to your full, like, you know, used to your complete, she has seen you full and full, and you are leaving such a person and then going to the other person. When you stay with that person, that person also can't tolerate.
To change up.
Again change. So that is nothing. So what are you looking for?
No.
You need to ask that question.
Yeah. What are you looking for? Is question one. Another one is how much will you change?
How much will you change?
How much will you change? And you will never get, you know, the thing which you are doing. That is what, you know, which is the important thing to really understand. As early you understand this thing, as early you understand this kind of, you know, the birds in your mind, you will be able to have beautiful life, satisfactory life, happy life, isn't it?
Need to be, you know, we need to be feeling ourselves blessed to what we have currently, and then we should then go in for what we want. Like,
yeah. So it said that it's not important in the life what you don't have. The important thing is what you do with what you have. है ना? तो वो बोलते हैं ना कि जो आपके पास में है आपने उसको
we often forget what we have actually. You know, we are thankless for what we are having. We should first be thankful for what we are having currently.
So from where this thankfulness will come?
We should create it ourselves. We have to look around and see, okay, we have a roof we are under a roof, so we are, thank you God for giving us a shelter. Yeah. Like, you know, we have had good food now. You know, thank you God for giving us a food. There are so many people without food, so many people without shelter. We are not thankful. We are not knowing what we have now currently. Like, you know, we are always focusing on the lack. Yeah. Again, focusing on the lack, on what we don't have. Even in relationship, that's what happens. They, instead of you know, thanking each other or recognizing the good part of their partners, they are always focusing on the lack in the partner, in the other person. So that is also one of the reason where they are searching and going off that lack. Yes. Like this person doesn't know how to talk. So you are, if somebody is talking well, you are going in search of that. Correct? You are not accepting this person the way they. This person may not talk much, but by heart, that person is good. Yeah. Right? You are not appreciating that. This person has a lot of patience. You are not appreciating that. You are focusing only on the lack of the other person, and then looking out for that to fulfill that lack.
So we update our mobile. You know, we are always looking for more features. We are always looking for more better screen or maybe, you know, something. Humans are humans. You can't treat humans as a object. Humans, they have feeling, they have emotions. They deserve respect. You know, so many things involved into this. So don't build, you know, make your choices like this. like you change your objects.
And we are, as you said in the mobile also, we are not making use of all the features also. What it said. There are many good features. We are not making use of it. We are just making use of what we want. Like
and many features you are not at all even aware
of it.
Aware of it. You know? Okay, wonderful. Very nice.
And we want somebody else to come and tell that. Same thing happens in relationship also. Ghar ki murgi dal barabar, you know, we say that. When somebody else comes from outside and talks good about your wife's cooking and all that, she's a good cook, right? Yes, because really you are eating, you are not knowing, you are not appreciating. When somebody else comes and says something good about your partner or something good about your house or something good about what you are having currently, that time you realize, oh yeah, I'm blessed with so and so, right? Otherwise your focus is always on what you're not having, on the lack. So
very nice. So two important points here. One is how you start your day and how you end your day. So how you start your day means when you open your eyes, when you see that you are alive, thank God. When you open your eyes and you can see that my eyes are working, I can see the roof and the surroundings, thank God. When you see all the parts of the body is working properly, thank God. When you see that your heart is beating, eyes are blinking, you know everything is absolutely right, thank God. When you see that your family members, they are absolutely right,
your close one is there,
go and touch them, are they really alive, thank God. So that is why your day should begin with by the so much of in-depthness to the God, and when you end your day, right? So this is the problem here. Most of the people, when they are about to sleep, they remember all the bad things happens. How many people shouted on you? How many people scolded you? How many bad incidents happened to you throughout the day? But they don't remember that in all these incidents there was something good. So when you are about to sleep, when you are about to close your eyes, remember always the 2 or 3 good emotions, good things happen to you. Maybe for example, you are about to start your day and you are moving out from your home. You found there is a guard who is saying you, sir, good morning, a smile on the face. You see a child, small little child looking at you and smiling. Another good emotion. You see in your surrounding there are somebody who is coming and giving you thanks. Another good emotion. So when you close your eyes, then also remember these 3 good emotions. Then close your eyes.
Right.
There is a saying in the psychology that when you are when you are about to sleep, there is a saying in psychology that when you are about to sleep, and whatever the thought is there in your mind, the same thought is there when you open your eyes in the morning. So if you really want to make your morning happy,
mind doesn't sleep.
Mind doesn't sleep. Super.
So that's why it's very important before you go to sleep, you have to put your mind into rest, like completely go into a zero thoughts. Maybe do a 2 minutes, 3 minutes meditation where you can bring in your thoughts to ground level so that, you get that quality sleep, complete quality sleep, and you wake up fresh. It's a new day, new start, new life again. As you said, it's a fresh day. You start up fresh. Otherwise, whatever thoughts you were running in the previous day, you will be carrying the same thing throughout the night. Your mind will be working. You will also get dreams about it, and next day morning again, you will start with that. It's wherever you stopped, you are continuing with that. So
much of clutter in the mind, and there is at the end of the month there was so much of overload of last day, of the last to last day, and like this, So that is why you in your laptop, if you type something on Word, there is an option called select and delete. So select and delete.
There's one more thing before you go to sleep. There's one more exercise. It just takes few minutes where you just run through the entire day, what you did. How you spent your time, what all you did, and where you felt good, where you felt bad, or where you felt loss of time, you wasted your time, energy. So it is like a rundown, and then once this is where I lost my energy, I wasted my energy, then you go back so that next day you will not do that. It's always better to run through that day, like a rundown, it's called introspection, like completely, so that you are not wasting your time again on those unnecessary factors, and you realize, because at that speck of the moment you're not knowing what you're doing. You would have said something, you would have behaved in a manner, but then later when you realize it, at least it's giving you an opportunity for that person to correct. what happened,
Yeah.
and then next day they're not carrying the same baggage for the next day. They are a different person next day.
Yeah.
So that's also advisable to do.
But why some people always behave so badly with the people in the surrounding, like always judging, always commenting on someone.
That's how their belief pattern, and that's how they've been brought up.
How to change this
Their
pattern?
surroundings are like that. That's the vibration they're carrying.
So how to change that pattern, especially?
They need to realize it. They need to come out of that vortex in order to realize it. Unless and until they don't realize it, they'll be running in that same circle, vicious circle.
It's difficult for them to realize,
You can't do anything about it.
Okay.
Only thing, if you want to be on your alignment with your source, then you have to be away from such people. You can't do anything much. Correct? You can't change the world. There are many people like this outside. You can't change their world.
Yeah.
You have to fix your world and then move on.
I always give this example, in my previous one of the organization. I will not take the name of the company. So at the morning, 9 a.m. I used to attend the office, and I was a new fish in the pond, and this fish is quite healthy, heavy, kind of fish. And this guy who was an older fish in the same pond, he looked at me and he told me, "Hey, how are you? There's some problem with you." I said, "No, I'm absolutely fine. No, something wrong with you. You're not looking, normal. Something wrong happened with your wife, with your family." No, I said, "I am absolutely fine. But you're not looking fine." And what he did, he dropped the part of stone in the settled water, and suddenly the waves are keep on increasing. So the moment I reached at my desk, I first go to the washroom. I just saw myself. Am I looking right or wrong? I looked at myself. I said, self-doubt. So I was absolutely right. Second day, again I was looking that this person is there. I just decided I will not go at the time when the time he is there nearly. I stopped, I waited outside for the 5 minutes. So especially in the life, you won't get all the people right. You will get so many people, those who do not see you happy. So,
that's the way people can influence you, influence your mind. So see, you were quite happy, you went in a happy mood, but he put that doubt in your mind. After that, you started asking question to yourself, seeing the mirror, am I okay? Was I fine? At home, everything fine? You're wasting your time again. So if you mingle with such people, it's better to be away from such people. Yes, we can't avoid some people, especially in the workplace. You can't avoid, you have to work with them. So in that case also, you know who you are, so you have to go with it.
So here people are energy, their thoughts are energy, their words are energy, the way they look at you is energy, everything is energy. And this energy is of two types, positive energy and negative energy.
Absolutely.
Right? We are having one inbuilt product. Like you buy a mobile, you will have an inbuilt product like a watch. You will have a calculator. Right? This is coming free of cost. You will have a FM radio. Right? Like this, there is an inbuilt feature of a mind that is negativity. You get attracted towards the negativity more as compared to the positivity. To remain positivity, we must need to really understand this point and find out the people in your surroundings and there is one word which is called avoiding and ignoring. Right? So you are the sum up of the 5 people whom you are keep on meeting, talking, eating, something like this. And this may be, one of the way how you can really develop and keep on having more of, the happiness in your life, isn't it?
Absolutely. So we need to find out who are like-minded people like us and try to spend more time with them than with these people. They are all called energy suckers. Seriously. So, even if you spend few minutes with them, you feel after that you feel so tired, you feel so irritated, angry and energy lost because they are energy suckers. So beware of energy suckers and be away from them. Right.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And this is a casual discussion with Miss Purnima. Thank you so much, Purnima.
You're welcome, Pankaj. Thank you.
Okay, so you really missed one point, very important point. What was that?
No, one point is, as you said, people there are some people who can't see others happy. Like in the sense, because they are going through certain stress in their life, so-called stress for them. And when they see others smiling or being happy, who are in the same level again, they are not able to accept it. Like, how come I am stressed and how come this person is able to laugh?
Yeah.
They can't even see a person happy. I wanted to give an example for this. I mean, it happened with me in my life when there was a situation where I was without job. I mean, I was doing business and business was not doing well. No income basically. And my daughter was she was in 12th standard that time. And she knows very clearly like what stream to take next, what she wants to do, a degree in which college and all the stuff. She's good at studies, not too good. This happened for January, New Year, after New Year. One of my friend whose son is again, he's in the same class of like, my daughter, who wants to do medical. And both my friend and his wife, both are earning, both are professionals, well settled, have made up only son. They have made up he has also got found a seat for the college, everything. How much money to give for the pay, for the all those things, he has made arrangements, everything. But still, when he was talking to me, he was stressed out. He was asking me, what you're going to do? What happened to your job? What happened to your business? Have you got any plans or not? I said, no, nothing, but I know, sure, something will happen. Good will happen. Then I was just cracking some jokes and I was laughing on the phone. He's still not able to accept me laughing. He's like, how can you laugh? How can you be like this? I'm laughing. And he's telling, I said, why? What is wrong in laughing? He's like, no, see, your daughter is in 12. She's still not got her college thing. You don't have a job. You're financially not like sound. You don't have any stress out of that. I have made all the arrangements for my son. Still, me and my wife both are pressurized. We are going through such a stress, and you are able to laugh. How can you be so silly? Like, how can you laugh? I'm like, हंसना भी गलत है क्या? I'm like, what is wrong in that? So that's what I remember. I wanted to share, some people can't accept it because they are going through stress. They want others also to go through the stress. Typical Indian nature, I can say that. It happens everywhere, but India mein, you would have experienced also. When we were small, no? In our street, if अगर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पावर कट है तो पहले बाहर जाके देखेंगे लाइक दूसरों के घर में गया या नहीं, सब जगह गया, कहीं और है, अगर if it is not there in your house, then how that person is good, this person is good, हमारे घर में नहीं है ऐसा. We can't see happiness like others. Unfortunate. This is very, very unfortunate. So that's what I was remembering. I don't know. I can't call them as an energy sucker because these are the different category of people because they feel that they are going through stress and everybody should also go through. How can people be happy? It is like that. If I am going through pain, others also should go through pain.
Yesterday, I had a conversation with someone, we were sitting with a couple of friends and discussing. So one of my friend who is very, who thinks that he is a perfectionist and who thinks that he is the one guy who runs the entire organization, and he is 24/7 for the organization. So there is, I always say that there are two types of person. One is called alcoholic, another one is called workaholic. So he belongs to that workaholic kind of class, even though he is alcoholic also sometimes. So he the moment he goes at home, the organization is keep on running in his mind. He is there with the wife physically, but mentally he is with the thinking about the boss, the assignment, the task, the project work which is going on.
They don't switch off.
So what he said, he said that my daughter, she's in class 11th. She told my wife that how did you marry with such a unrealistic and unromantic person? You know, he said that my
dad was like that.
my daughter actually asked my wife that how you marry with such an unromantic person. So this is how the scenario. Another thing in the office scenario, you know, the day your boss and the head of the organization, maybe the CEO or the director of the company, the day goes as per his expression, the day goes as per his emotion, the day entire office behaves the way he behaves, you know. And this is the most ridiculous thing, you know. People maybe having, you know, last night fight with the wife or maybe colleague or maybe the business or something, you know, he carries that emotion for the next day morning, and because of this dirty, nasty, unwanted emotion, entire organization and all the people in the office is suffering with because of this nasty emotions. So there is something in the emotional intelligence which is called that you need to cut the cord.
Cut the cord, yes.
The moment you are in the office, behave like a professional,
Switch
work in
off,
the office.
switch on. Yeah,
Absolutely.
you need to have that switch.
So how many people really does that? You know, so if you really wanted to have a happy life, healthy life, family life, personal life, professional life, academic life, sports life, you know, whatever it is, you need to learn to how to cut the cord.
Absolutely.
Right? How to build this mechanism of switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on. Then only, otherwise it will going to be. And another important thing, these all negative emotions, you know, one after another is accumulating in you, and in the long term, these all negative emotions are developing and converting into the kind of chronic disease. And that is why people are suffering with cancer, that is why people are suffering with diabetes, that is why people are suffering with some or other chronic problem, heart disease, this disease.
That's because
that
of
disease.
suppression of emotions.
Suppression of
totally
emotions.
suppression of emotions. And later, and in their deathbed, they realize, oh, I should have spent time with my family, I should have spent time with my children, and all those stuff. They should know exactly to work-life balance should be there. That's very important. I have many friends. Even my dad was workaholic. For him, factory was his first wife. My mom used to say factory is the first wife, I'm the second. He doesn't remember which school we are studying, like which standard we are studying, when is our birthday. He doesn't know all those things unless somebody tells him, reminds him. If there is some guest at home, when they ask, we'll be in some higher standard, he'll say, I think she's on 3rd or 4th, and we'll be in 6th or 7th. Like, Dad, we are like this. So he doesn't know. But to him, if you ask anything related to office, he has up-to-date information, numbers. You know, and they have a feeling that if they are not there, the company won't work. The organization won't function. And even if one day he is sick, he will still like to go, oh, what will happen there? What will happen there? So it's all that's a feeling they get. They are so much addiction. That is also one kind of, as you said, workaholic. It's an addiction, I feel. That is too much to have. There should be a work-life balance. It's very important for the family as well as for them. It's very important because after a certain time, when there is a recession or something, company will say tata bye bye. Absolutely. You'll be wondering, oh, I worked for 20 years in this company and they are suddenly asking me to leave. Because you are emotionally attached with that company. You are spent so much time with the company more than your family, and that bonding is there. So that's why you feel like cut off. So instead, you should know how to switch and switch off.
And then the problem occurs. You are unable to accept that. How can they say me to leave?
You know? They are doing their job, So no, nothing is permanent.
In Bhagavad Gita, there is a scenario when Lord Krishna asked Arjun to pull up the bow and start and shoot the arrow and something. No, Arjun said, how can I shoot? They are my family member, they are my grandfather, this, that, my guru, this, that. Then Krishna said that these all things were happening before you exist and after you doesn't exist. So दुनिया चलती रहेगी. आप अगर किसी कंपनी में मैनेजर हो, बॉस हो, बिजनेस ओनर हो, आपके पहले भी दुनिया चलती थी, आपके बाद में भी दुनिया चलेगी और हो सकता है आपके बाद में बेहतर तरीके से चलेगी. हाँ, और हम इतना सोचते हैं कि यार ये पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा, अगर मैं नहीं जाऊंगा आज ऑफिस तो क्या हो जाएगा, अगर मैं ये काम इससे नहीं करूंगा तो क्या हो जाएगा. अरे दुनिया रुक जाएगी क्या, है ना. और आपके पहले आपके फादर भी थे, उनके पहले उनके ग्रैंडफादर भी थे, उनके पहले उनके ग्रैंडफादर भी थे, और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज आपसे ज्यादा खुश थे. आपसे ज्यादा कमाते थे, आपसे ज्यादा अच्छा खाते थे, आपसे ज्यादा उनका सोशल लाइफ हुआ करता था। उनका वर्चुअल सोशल लाइफ नहीं होता था, उनका एक्चुअल सोशल लाइफ होता था। उस समय उनमें इंस्टाग्राम नहीं होता था, यूट्यूब नहीं होता था, फेसबुक नहीं होता था, लेकिन फेस आमने सामने होते थे, राइट? सो दिस इज व्हाट someone need to really learn, that how to cope up with this. Thank you so much. Hope this really help you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.